Japan, a nation known for its people and its art. However, in World War II, Japan tried to take over the entire Pacific and Asia, and it failed terribly. This time, we'll bring order to Asia and win as Japan. Today, I'm using a mod called the Land of the Rising Sun, which transformed the original boring Japanese focus tree into this brand new, shiny, and huge expansive focus tree. Before we start, just know that this is my first video. I'm still learning a lot. So if you even enjoy any part, please consider subscribing, as will help me a lot. Thank you so much. To start, the mod separates the politics tree into three. The first is support the Tohisa faction, which is the historical path. The second is support the Kodoha faction, which is the old history monarchy path. And the last is the democracy and communist focuses. The mod also adds some cool focuses about the zaibatsus, which is the huge companies in Japan, and you can choose to help them to help use your mills or your industry. We will start off by assess the situation. The Japanese political climate have been tumultuous since the Niniroku Jitsu. Significant rivalry has been formed between the navy and the army. We need to reassess the situation within our government and military. After grouping our navy together and doing the normal researches you do for a game, we're ready to start. After assessing the situation is done, we got a February 26th incident. It was an attempted coup d'etat in the Empire of Japan on 26 February 1936. It was organized by a group of young Imperial Japanese Army officers with the goal of purging the government and its leadership. In order to keep the game historical, I choose Toseiha, and the Prime Minister lives from the assassination, thus finishing our first focus. We then continue to the National Mobilization Law, then the National Research Policy for one more research slot, and then take a little detour on doing some industry focuses, granting me 2 times 100 industrial research. After that, I expanded the southern industry, giving me 5 civs, and both the northern infrastructure and industry focuses, which gave me 5 civs as well. After that, I designed my spotting cruiser template and nationalized the war industry. I also wanted to establish a spy agency, especially for the China war coming up, and move on to imperial arsenals, which gave me 4 more mills. Then passing the national defense state, giving us total mobilization very early in the game. After creating the Greater East Co-Prosperity Spear and changing my art into something better, I was ready for the China war. In October 1937, we realized Japan is poor in resources, but our neighbors are not. We must take from them what we lack and only require an excuse to begin doing so. Such an excuse could be provided by a few enterprising soldiers, after which the emperor will have no choice but to ascend into a war, no matter how ill prepared we are. Now, the game plan is rather simple. In the north, we have a little pocket at Beijing, which we have bad divisions, but still better than the Chinese, in which they will start pouring men to us, grinding our general and giving us army XP, and just distracting their division. While in the south, we'll begin naval invasions in their capital and in the Qingdao Peninsula to get a landing, and we'll invade from there. The sack of Nanjing. 16 Chinese divisions encircled. Soon, China capitulated. I annexed the tiles next to the coast for some historical RP and puppeted the rest because I didn't want to deal with the occupation. Now, we will move on to plan 2. We will first try to take Hawaii and take all the naval bases in the Pacific, then kill the Raj and move down to Australia, and we can kill the United States and assert our dominance as the true ruler of Asia. However, to get to that point, we need to do some preparations. And finally, at just about the historical time, the focuses are done.